listening to the Marketer DNA podcast, your internet marketing for business advice. Here is your host, Willie DeJarnette.
What's going on, guys? Podcast number 14, guys. Today, I just want to kind of do a little bit of a discussion about, having a Pinterest mindset. Now, I did a video on this, and I want to do this podcast just trying to talk about some things, regardless of how much Pinterest changing, because Pinterest changing all the time. Your basic principles will never change. So I want you to always have a Pinterest mindset of the basic fundamentals that'll always be there that you'll have to do as a Pinterest marketer. So the first bullet we want to talk about is having a mindset of Pinterest. And I had to learn this too. First of all, you have to walk yourself through Pinterest and do some things with Pinterest to see what success you would have with Pinterest before you end up really trusting Pinterest to do the things that Pinterest can do for you. And I'm just going to tell you right now, there is no easy platform for any type of social media product or whatever you want to call it. It's just you have to learn what to do with it. So that's why you have to have a mindset. Reason why I say Pinterest marketing mindset, you have to go at it in a way where you are wanting to get something out of it, guys. So that's what I'm trying to say. You want to be able to get something out of it. So you have to have a mindset of that you will not stop until you accomplish your goal, guys. So your basic Pinterest setup, far as just the basic setup, and you guys, I've talked about this before, that part will never change. So the basic concept of setting up boards and setting up your profiles and things of that nature, that's not going to change. So regardless of what changes, what improves on Pinterest, your basic concept is going to be the same, guys. And I just want you to we're going to go through this podcast. It's going to be a real short podcast today. It's just going to be something just to kind of get your mindset on things you need to do with Pinterest. Another bullet that I have, I said a simple Pinterest tactic that will carry you a long ways. And it's just basic fundamentals, what it is to take to kind of get your Pinterest account set up. Now, I have a bullet that I want to talk about. Let's just talk about you getting started with Pinterest, okay? I don't know what your niche is, but the first thing you need to do is, to me, I will research 4 to 5 people that's within my niche. And I will travel throughout their Pinterest account and their Pinterest boards and Pinterest pins to see what they're doing to be successful, guys. That's what you want to do. And then you want to model yourself off of them. Now let me explain to you what I mean by model yourself off them. This is not copying what they're doing. What you want to do is take what they're doing and you want to be yourself, but you want to be better. That's what you want to do. So you want to have something to scale your business against, because you'll be out there trying to figure out things on your own. So you want to list them and say, you know what? These are the Pinterest accounts that I want to scale what I'm doing versus what they're doing. So that's what you want to do. And the first thing you need to do is look at their Pinterest profile. How are they being ranked? What kind of keywords they use? What was some of the things that I can do better than what they did on their account? That's what you have to strive for, guys. Because when you're in a business like that, if someone is the same niche, you have to compete, guys. And you have to compete until you get to the goals that you want to, accomplish. Then you need to look at How how do they brand themselves? You want to take a look at their pictures. You know, you want your picture yourself to be a professional picture, whether it's a picture yourself, or get a professionally picture that was taken, or just use a professionally done logo that represents your brand. That's some of the things you want to do, because when people come there to your account, they want to be impressed by your brand, your logo. And this is the one thing that a lot of people don't do. You want to verify your website to your Pinterest account. And the reason why you want to do that, guys, you want to do that simply because you want some of your images that are coming from your website to get optimized and work, and it'll post to your Pinterest account. Yes, it will do that. Yeah, it will show up on your account, but make sure you optimize the actual image itself. And we'll do some training on that on my uh, YouTube channel. Now, one thing you want to do on your website, and I may have stated this in other podcasts, just want to make sure you get this, guys. Make sure you have a follow button on your site, because someone might come to your site and like the image that is there, and then what they'll do is they will pin that image to their board. And what you do, you actually get referral traffic from their board to your site, guys. Don't ever forget about that. And this is the reason why I stated you guys need to get you some people that's within your niche. Your profile description, guys. Guys, you want your profile description to be keyword rich. What I'm saying is, someone might come into Pinterest and type your keyword in within your niche, and they can find you, guys. They can find you. So yeah, you want that to be keyword rich. And like I said, if you go to my YouTube channel, I talk about keyword research and then keyword optimization. So guys, that's vital in your business, and that's one thing you have to master, guys. And then, like I said, you want to add that pin it button on your site so someone can pin from your website, guys. That's a must too. And see, another thing, you want to, if you go into in your back office, you can connect your Pinterest account to other social media platforms. You can connect it to YouTube. You can connect it to Facebook. And then you can also connect it to Twitter, because you got different audience that you can connect with on different platforms. So guys, you can do that. So just make sure you're aware of that. This is the part. If you don't listen to any part of this podcast, you need to hear this out, guys. You need to be pinning 2 to 5 times per day. Now, let me make sure you clear on it. You need to have the content to support it. Let's just say you got a awesome blog post. I think you probably need to make 2 to maybe 3 pins to that one post to see which image is doing the best. It's kind of like 3 pins to give you a split test to find out which image that are doing the best. And then sometime you might create other boards to move those images in, or you can put those images into Tailwind tribes and move it, because if you're starting to see some kind of movement in those pins, something that you've done out of those 3 pins, one of them will stand out. So you want to move that pin along. But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Per post, you probably need to do 3 pins, but daily you need to be doing 2 to 5 pins a day. You won't sustain a lot of traffic just doing one. You got to do 2 to 5 pins per day, guys. That's just a must in your business, okay? Another thing, and I'm going to tell you this, guys, in your Pinterest account, you have people that want to engage with you. You might have a board that you want to have, a group board. You might want to have some people who want to add to those groups. They want to engage in your groups, So, or you might have people that want you to pin their images. Well, I mean, they can come in and pin to the board. I would rather have them to come and pin to the boards than to me pin their images for me. I won't ever have time for that. But you do interact with them, and you can comment on their pins. So they might end up following you. So yeah, interact with your people on your Pinterest account. Okay. All right. Another thing is very vital. Include your Pinterest account in your email signature. You're gonna have to have autoresponders if you're in the business world, because you want to have your customers coming back to your business. So guys, always include your Pinterest account within your email signature. So it's just a quick reminder, okay? And make sure you have two sets of plans going on. You want to have a short-term plan, then you want to have a long-term plan, And when I say this, you want to look and say, you know what? Let's just talk about the long-term plan today. Let's say what kind of traffic you want to bring to your blog in this amount of time. So that's your long-term plan. And the short-term plan could be, can I get these amount of views in 30 days or 90 days or things like that. So those are goals that you gotta kind of go in within yourself. So you have to have action. What I'm saying is, when you set out those goals, you need to make those goals where you actually have a plan to do it. And the best way I've always do it is like create a calendar, a calendar, a calendar where you can an action calendar where you can do those goals, and you go ahead and hit those goals every day. Okay. All right, a measurement in place for your Pinterest pins and campaign. And you want to have a defining moment of your Pinterest pins. And when we're talking about campaigns, that's talking about a little bit of a paid advertisement. And Pinterest do have that. And that's something that I'm going to get involved with here soon. And hopefully I'll be able to teach you guys that too. So one thing I can say from just a little bit that I've learned from Pinterest campaigns and things of that nature, once you go out there and you have a little traffic to that pin and you decide to turn that campaign off, you actually still get movements from there, because think about it. Someone might repin that pin, someone might like that pin. So that traffic is still held to that Pinterest pin, and it'll actually move better, because the more metrics to the pin, the more it stay high in the Pinterest searches and the Pinterest algorithm. So that's one thing you need to think about. And this is one thing, and I know this is basic concept, and some people don't actually go in and start pinning Pinterest account and don't even have a plan to it. Make sure your boards, once you create a board that's related to your pins, make sure you complete them. The minimum is 6 pins, guys. So you got to have more than 5 pins to complete that board. You don't want white spaces on your boards, guys. That's one thing you do not want to do. And this is one thing I do, and I want y'all to realize this. Guys, pin I'll be honest with you, pin almost 90% of your own stuff, guys. You want to pin 90% of your own stuff. Yeah. And then my other 15 or 10% come from sharing other things from Tailwind Tribes, guys. You want to share other content from Tailwind Tribe. The reason why I say that, because you want to get the referral traffic from those tribes yourself. Now, this is another thing that I have not implemented, but I see it, and I've looked at the statistics of some of those infographics that I share. Guys, get infographics. They have sites that you can go ahead and get templates, and you can edit it to your likings and redo it, guys. You can get a bunch of traffic from infographic, guys. That's something you need to implement in your business, guys. Guys, I didn't want to have a real long podcast on this one day. Just a little nail biter that I wanted to share with you guys. But make sure when you listen to this podcast, jot some of these information down, because what I did today, these basic concepts are, like I said, regardless of how much Pinterest changed, these basic concepts will always be the same. So guys, just make sure that you are doing these things and you'll be successful. Let's just call it out like we always call it. Podcast number 14 is in the book. I hope this little short training has been positive for you guys, and I hope it can help you guys. Guys, take care. I'll see you on the next one.
You have been listening to the Marketer DNA podcast, your internet marketing for business advice. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I hope to have you here on the next episode.